Okay, so today we are going to see responsiveness. What do you mean by responsive design? Correct? So can you tell me what do you mean by responsive design?
The design is apply all the same like mobile,
Okay,
laptop.
okay. Responsive, the design which responses to the screen, right? That thing is called as responsive design. Now, when you talk about the responsive design, remember that you are talking about writing CSS in such a way that they will adapt internal device settings, right? They will adapt what? Internal device settings. So responsive design is an approach. Responsive design is an approach to web design and development that aims to make the web pages and applications look and function well on the variety of the devices and the screen sizes. The key principle of the responsive design, right? The key principle of the responsive design is to create single website or the web application that adapts and responds to user's device, whether it's a desktop computer, laptop, tablet, smartphone, or any other device, any other screen size in between. So what is responsive design? So when you talk about the responsive design, remember that you are talking about creating a single web page which adapts different screen sizes. Let's go to this website, React, inspect it, and I'm refreshing it. And here I will select the responsive so that I can adjust the width and height accordingly. Look at the menu accordingly things are happening. Can you see that? Here you can see width, here you can see height. This is the width, correct? And this is the height. So as I am changing width, can you see the components or the elements are getting rearranged automatically? Can you see the two buttons are in a line for the devices 734 pixels and height is 10,038. See here. Can you see that? Menu, nav bar. Can you see this search bar is getting disappeared automatically? See? Search bar is getting disappeared automatically. And can you see search icon is appearing automatically over here for some width. Correct? So how this is happening? This is happening by writing your web page responsive. Well, this is one example I have shown you. There are many other websites which are responsive. You can pick any website and you will find that the website is appearing or website is happening or a website is adapting to the screen sizes automatically. How this is happening? Because they have written the code in such a way that it is responsive. Okay. Now here are some core components of the responsive design. Here are some core components of the responsive design. First, fluid grid layouts. Media queries, very important thing. flexible images and media. Flexible images and media. Content prioritization. Viewport meta tags. See, viewport meta tags. Mobile first design. Mobile first design. Testing and debugging. Testing and debugging. So these are important components of the responsive design. So when you say responsive design, remember that you are talking about these components: fluid grid layouts, media queries, flexible images and media, content prioritization, viewport meta tag, mobile first design, testing and debugging. Correct? Now, what do you mean by fluid grid layout? It's not about the display grid, remember that. Grid layout means what? You create a flexible grid either by using flex or by using display grid. Responsive design use the relative units. Responsive design use relative units like percentage instead of fixed units like pixel. Just a minute. Yeah, so fluid grid layouts, you need to create the grid layout, a responsive grid layout. Either you can choose a display grid or you can create a display flex, but whatever layout you should create, that should be fluid, right? So responsive design use the relative units like percentages instead of fixed units like pixels for defining width and height. This allows content to adapt and flow within available space. This allows content to adapt and flow within the available screen space, right? Media queries. Do you understand this? What do you mean by fluid grid layout? The responsive designs use relative units like percentages instead of fixed units. So you know all these things, right? Now you are very much aware of all these things. What do you mean by this thing exactly? Correct? So most of the things are not new to you. The responsive media queries are new, meta tags are new, but remaining things you are well familiar with. And if you are not familiar with those things, you are lagging in the practice. You are lagging in the practice. If you are not understanding these things, you are lagging in practice. Okay. Now, this allows content to adapt and flow within the available screen space. Okay. Now media queries are, you can say, are the CSS techniques that allow you to apply different styles based on the characteristics of user's device, such as screen width, height, orientation, and resolution. So presently you are writing CSS style. Presently you are writing a style that is by default getting applied to all the screen sizes or all the screens with the different width and height and the orientation and the density. But we can create the style. So if you want to do something like this style needs to be applied only on the mobile, not on the laptop screen. There are some screens, there are some styles. Those styles needs to be applied. Those styles needs to be applied only to the mobile and not to the desktop. How do you do this thing presently? You cannot do it, right? Presently, you don't know the technique of doing this thing. So you can do this thing in two ways, either by using the JavaScript and using the CSS3, right? We are going to see both. Yeah. So media queries, for example, you can specify the different styles. For example, you can specify the different styles for desktop screens and the mobile screen. Flexible images and media. Images. See, images. Images and media elements like videos are resized or scaled proportionally to fit the screen size. The techniques like max width 100% are commonly used to ensure that images do not overflow their containers. Now, can you please tell me meaning of this? Images do not overflow their containers. And yeah, images do not overflow their containers. Can you please tell me?
Only
Okay, image is only in the container. What do you mean by overflow?
the image is not going to the
Okay. Any else? What is the overflow?
there is a bar, scroll bar.
Okay. There is a scroll bar. Overflow means what?
Scroll bar.
Yeah. So this word overflow over here is suggesting you image should not overflow the container. And we can manage the overflow in the different ways. Even we can apply some CSS properties to keep image inside the box. Right? Okay. Now, content prioritization. On the smaller screens, it is essential to prioritize the content. See, we do not show all the things on the mobile. We need to skip something. Can you see priority? Search bar is not the priority on the mobile. Can you see that? Even this menu, until user clicks, menu is not open. So in this case, we need to do the content prioritization. Which content need to be shown on the mobile screens? What things need to be done on the mobile screens? Correct? So here, on the smaller screens, it is essential. On the smaller screen, it is essential to prioritize the content. The responsive design often involves hiding or rearranging less important elements on the smaller screen to keep the user experience focused and efficient. Responsive design often involves hiding or rearranging the less important elements on the smaller screen to keep the user experience focused and efficient. Hello? Just a minute. Okay. Content prioritization we have seen. We have seen what exactly the content prioritization is. Now, next part is about viewport meta tags. What is that? So, if you remember, in every HTML we write the viewport tag, right? So today you will get to know this. What do you mean by viewport meta tag? So when you talk about the viewport meta tag, the viewport meta tag is used in HTML, right? To set the viewport. The viewport meta tag. The viewport meta tag is used in HTML to control, you can say, to control how web page is displayed on the mobile devices. It allows you to set the initial zoom level and scaling, ensuring that the content fits the screen correctly. The viewport meta tag is used in HTML to control how web page is displayed on the mobile devices. It allows you to set the initial zoom level and scaling, ensuring that the content fits the screen correctly. A many responsive design, here you can say mobile first design. Many responsive designs are built starting with the mobile screens, then progressively enhancing the layout and features for the larger screens. Many responsive designs are built starting with the mobile screens and then progressively enhancing the layout and features for the larger screens. Right? This approach ensures that the design is optimized for mobile users first. Hello? The design is optimized for mobile users first. Many responsive designs are built starting with the mobile screens and then progressively enhancing the layout and features for larger screen. This approach ensures that the design is optimized for mobile and user. So responsive, see, respond. Now next point, testing and debugging. Responsive design requires thorough testing on the various devices and browsers to ensure that the layout and functionality work as intended. The browser developer tools, see, browser developer tools I have shown you. This is the browser developer tool, right? The browser developer tool often include the device emulation features to simplify the testing. We are going to see few more features of the browser development. So presently we have seen elements and the network tab. Do you remember the network tab we have seen and the elements tab we have seen? So there are few also more. Console is there, sources is there, performance, memory, application, right? We will see later on. But presently elements and network, that two things we have seen, and network also we have seen at superficial level. Okay. So here we talked about testing and debugging. Let's make it bold. Media queries. Any question on this? Okay. We have, yes, viewport. If you see, the viewport meta tag is used in HTML to control how web page is displayed on the mobile devices. It allows you to set the initial zoom level, and scaling ensures that content fits the screen. So this tag is same. You don't need to change it, but you can change the values. So if you go here, day 20, can you see width is equals to device width, initial scale is equals to 1.0. So you can make 2.0 also, like this. So here you can change the value, and as per that you will find things are happening, things are changing. Correct? Just a minute. Let's create first. Let's create first this new file, index.html, and here we can say style.css. So HTML5, see automatically. Now say H1. Lorem ipsum. Let's import link rel css style.css, and in the day 20 open with, sorry, so here I will add like this. Go to the responsiveness. Now initial zoom level, let's try to make, can you see 3.0? Initial scale thing has been changed. So you are setting the viewport over here. Initial scale 3.0. Well, we are going to talk this tag in detail, but viewport This tag they have talked about. So here, what we have talked, viewport meta tag. Correct? Now, when you apply the responsive design, what happens? Few benefits. Benefits of responsive design. Benefits of responsive design. So first, improved the user experience on all the devices. A single code base that serves the multiple device type. So you don't need to write a separate code for mobile. You don't need to write separate code for tablet, for laptop, for desktop. One code base. A better SEO, as Google rewards mobile friendly websites. So Google is giving priority to the mobile friendly websites first. Right? Better SEO, search engine optimization. Now, what do you mean by search engine optimization? Can you tell me? What do you mean by search engine optimization? Have you heard this term before? Have you heard or not? Search engine optimization. Your voice is not clear.
Hello?
No, not clear.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Visibility where? Okay. Anything else? So when you talk about search engine optimization, so can you tell me what is search engine first? Search engine optimization. Now you need to learn extracting the meanings by looking at it. It is not possible every time, but few of the time you will get a meaning in a name itself. If you look at in detail, remember that expert works on the detailing and beginner does things superficially. If you are expert, you will work on the detailing part of the things. So when you say search engine optimization, so first tell me, what do you mean by search engine? What is search engine?
All the elements,
All the
all devices.
Okay. Search engine. Have you heard this term before? What is search engine? Google is a search engine, right? Yahoo is a search engine. Bing is a search engine. Now, when you say search engine optimization, so you go to the Google and search best restaurants near me. Correct? Now, Google's algorithm decides which restaurant needs to be shown in the top 10 results, or which restaurants need to be shown, or which restaurants need to be placed on the first page of the result. This thing is called as search engine optimization. And what do you mean by optimization? So making your website that correct as per the Google standards, as per the Yahoo standards, as per the Bing standards, so that your product, hotel or classes, whatever, should be getting top priority. You getting my point or not? So search engine optimize, search engine means Google. You search something on the Google, right? And Google shows you some products. So which product to given what placement, this is decided by the Google's algorithm. You getting my point? And whenever you work correctly, so whenever you work correctly on all the aspects of HTML5, CSS3, it is not just CSS3, remember that, but all the aspects of web development, if you follow correctly, you will get the proper placement in the results. Lot of things you need to do actually, and one of that part is a responsive design or the mobile first design. One of the part, correct? It is one of the part. Okay, so better SEO, as a Google rewards mobile friendly websites, reduce the developments and maintenance cost compared to maintaining the different versions for different screens. So your one developer is going to work on this website, and that developer will make this website work for mobile screens, for laptop screens, for tablet screens, iPads, iPhones, everything. So you don't need to pay, or you don't need to hire a separate developers for maintaining a tablet website, for maintaining desktop website. You getting my point? So these are some benefits of responsive design. These are few benefits of responsive design, right? Now on the fluid grid layout, this we have seen in detail by means of the flex layout and by means of what? Grid layout. This part we will see, right? If you see, if you go through this pointer, you just need to attach max width 100% to your image. You just need to attach what? Max width 100%, which will make automatically responsive. Content prioritization, you need to so this is the business need, what to show on which screen. You need to talk to your client or the manager or the business analyst guy to explain you which things need to be displayed on what screen, correct? That is nothing but about the content prioritization. Mobile first design, viewport meta tags we have seen. This is the viewport meta tag. There are a few more, we will see that. Then mobile first design. So whenever you develop the website, hence from now, right? If it is a client facing website, marketing website, or it's a product page or a company website, make sure that you will start making this website as a mobile first website. As what? Mobile first website. Just a minute. Okay, so let us go ahead and see. Just a minute. So first we will see few important meta tags for for or before moving ahead over here, we need to understand what do you mean by meta tags first. I think we have seen meta tags. What do you mean by meta tag? So you will get the explanation of meta tag. Viewport meta tags, and we can say meta tag Mozilla. So here you will get the explanation of the meta tag. Have you visited this website or not? So I told you in the notebook we have this website in the beginning. Can you see HTML5 CSS3 JavaScript official documentation developer.mozilla? Have you visited this or not? So here the meta HTML element represents the metadata that cannot be represented by the HTML meta related by other HTML meta related elements like base, link, script, style, title. Okay. A meta, what this is a standard HTML element. So when you say meta, this is the standard HTML element. Now what they say on the official documentation, meta HTML elements represents the metadata that cannot be represented by the other HTML meta elements like base, link, script, style or title. Other than this, there are certain things which needs to be represented other than this, and those things will go in a meta tag. So what is a meta tag? In the HTML5, somewhere we have seen the meta tags. Okay, let's add it here. Meta tags. Responsive design. And here itself I will add it. Okay, what is HTML5? Let's not touch these things here, but I need to explain. Okay, let's make a call out. Let's make a call out. In the viewport, refresher to call out. What is meta tag? Okay, you may refer link, you may refer this link. I will give official link also. I will give official link as well, and I will explain it as well. What is a meta tag? A meta tag is a HTML element that provides metadata about web page, and that metadata has not been provided by the other tags. A metadata is a information about the web page. A metadata is information about the web page that is not displayed on the web page itself, but it is used by the browsers, search engines and other web services to understand and manage the page content. The metadata placed in or meta tags that are placed in the head section of the HTML document and do not affect the visual presentation of the page. Meta tags are placed in head section of the HTML document and do not affect the visual presentation of the page. Right? This is the meta tag. Now, what is the viewport meta tag? Sorry, not viewport. Important. There are a lot of other things are there, but let us see few important meta tags. Viewport meta tag. First, here are some important meta tags for responsiveness. Here are some important meta tags for responsiveness. First, viewport meta tag. Second, charset meta tag. Third, XUA compatible meta tag. Apple Touch icons for iOS devices. And fav icon. So can you see this little icon over here? Can you see this little icon over here? This is the fav icon. Favorite icon. Canonical link. Canonical link meta tag. Mobile app meta tag. Few examples. So if you want to make your website perfectly responsive, let's do one thing. You need to add these meta tags. I will come back to these meta tags. Important responsive meta tag. So let's do this thing in a separate document. So here we can see page meta tags. Meta tags, and here we can say, can add this. What is meta tag? Turn into H1. What is meta tag? Please refer this link. So this link. Okay. Now here are some commonly used meta tags, not related to responsiveness, but commonly used meta tags. First, character encoding. Then viewport configuration. SEO, search engine optimization. Open graph and social media. So when you paste some link on the WhatsApp, hello? When you paste some link on the WhatsApp, automatically it shows some preview. Automatically it shows what? Preview. That is the OG tags, open graph tags. If you paste some link in Facebook, you get a little preview of that link, right? Canonicalization. These tags, responsive meta tags are used. See, meta tags are used to define all those things, and there are many other things also, and one of them is a responsive design. HTTP equivalent headers. So here these meta tags, what they do, meta tags provide a valuable information to browsers, search engines. Meta tags provide valuable information to browsers, search engines, and other web services, helping them to understand and optimize the presentation and the discoverability. This is important, presentation and the discoverability of the web content. Correct? Now in the character encoding, you will find one meta tag, meta charset. Here you will find meta charset tag specifies the character encoding used by web page. For example, meta charset UTF-8, UTF-8 Unicode transmission format. So each character would be converted to the Unicode. Simple explanation of the UTF is this: Unicode transmission format. Okay. Then viewport configuration. Character encoding, how characters would be encoded in the UTF-8 format, and that's why you can add any character like emojis or other thing, and those would be understandable by browser. Viewport configuration. A meta name viewport tag is used to control how web page is displayed on the mobile devices. It can set to the attributes like initial scale, width to ensure the proper scaling, and the layout on the different sizes. Then for the SEO, keyword is one of the meta tag. Keywords. If you go to any of the website, right, just right click, view page source. Okay, it will not show you because if you go here, can you see link rel preload, and here somewhere you will find okay, let's go here and head. Can you see meta color scheme? Only one they have added, but let's go here, view page source, and here div. Can you see meta charset, meta viewport? Can you see fav icon, link rel fav icon? Can you see Apple Touch icon, meta theme color? You will find a lot of other things as well, meta keywords also. So this will help search engines to understand what the website is all about, right? Meta name description and meta tag keywords. Hello. So this helps search engine to understand what this website is all about. Correct? What this website is all about. Now OG tags, open graph tags. This tags contains previews on the social media. Meta tags like property OG title, OG image are used to define how page appears when shared on the social media platforms like Facebook. They control the title, description, and the image. They control the title, description, and image that are displayed in social media previews. Correct? Fav icons, link rel icon. Link rel icon tag is used to specify the icon that appears in the browser tab or the bookmark for the page. Can you see browser tab? This icon. This icon is what? Fav icon. Then canonicalization. So canonical URLs. I need to show this, just a minute. But when you talk about the canonicalization, it is about the URLs. How you are managing the URLs. That is the canonicalization. So here if you see canonicalization, which tag? Link canonical. The link canonical tag is used for the canonicalization, is used to specify the preferred version of the page when multiple versions of the same content is exist. For example, print and web. For example, what? Print and web. For the responsive viewport, for the responsive design, meta viewport tag is used to configure the viewport settings for responsive web design, allowing web pages to adapt the different screen sizes. We are going to see this in detail, and others I'm just giving you the example. Now here you can see the meta tag HTTP. This can be used to simulate the HTTP response headers. For example, HTTP refresh count is equals to 5, URL is equals to this.com, redirects the page to another URL after 5 seconds. After what? 5 seconds. So in short, meta tags doesn't play any role. Meta tags doesn't play any role in presentation. Okay, but these tags play role while you are working with character encoding, viewport configuration, SEO, search engine optimization, open graph, social media, fav icons, canonicalization, responsive web design, and HTTP equivalent headers. Just a minute. HTTP equivalent headers. So these are few things that you need to know about meta tag, just meta tags. And there are few meta tags which are, there are certain meta tags which are mentioned over here that work specifically in the responsiveness of the website. Responsiveness of the website. Correct? If you have any questions, go through the, I think I already have added, let me push this much code also. Here we can say responsiveness theory part. So today we have seen in detail theory of the responsive web design. Correct? Now what I want you to do, first you should complete the homework. You have not completed, right? You said. All the things you have completed. Google web page, sorry, Google index, Instagram. Okay, 3 index pages you have completed. Fine, no problem. Still, you may refine it today, do proper things, and tomorrow morning or tomorrow after the session, I will ask to present those things. Okay. So apart from this, what I want you to do, revise the flexbox and the grid layout. Right? Revise the image properties. If you remember, we have seen a lot of image properties. So revise grid layout and the flexbox layout. Revise image related properties. And you can suggest me how we will make a responsive design using flexbox, how flexbox and grid can help you in the responsiveness. Okay, and which image tags will help you, what image tags will help you, or which image properties will help you in making images responsive. We need to make images responsive. Now you know what do you mean by responsive. Remember that only these 2 topics are remaining, transitions and animations, which are not that important. But once we complete the responsive design, CSS part has been done, and we'll move ahead to the JavaScript. Sorry, project module. Then I will swipe it. I will take JavaScript after this, DOM after this, and here project module 2, and after the bootstrap, project module 3. Project module 3, and after the React, project module 4. So this is how we will go. CSS, we will start doing project after completion of the CSS. Then after completion of this project, we will work with JavaScript. Okay, well, that's another part. If you have any questions related to the responsive design, please go ahead and ask me. So benefits of the responsive design: improved user experience, single code base for the multiple devices, which means that you don't need to create a separate website for tablet, mobile, or separate website for tablet, mobile, and desktop. Good SEO, you will find good SEO result if you make the responsive design, and reduce the development and the maintenance cost, as everything is getting managed in one code base. So these are some benefits of the responsive design. And when you talk about the responsive design, these are the components: fluid grid layouts, media queries, flexible images and the media, content prioritization, viewport meta tags, mobile first design, testing and debugging. These are important components of the responsive web design. And then we have seen, what do you mean by meta tags? A meta tag is an element that provides additional information about the web page to the search engines, right? To the search engines. So few meta tags are character encoding, viewport configuration, SEO, open graph OG tags. Open graph means OG tags, fav icons, canonicalization, responsive design, and HTTP equivalent tags. These are some important tags, meta tags. Now tomorrow we will see what are the responsive media tags. How does they play a role in making your web page responsive? And then we will see media queries. What do you mean by media queries? This thing we will see tomorrow. QUE. If you have any question, go ahead and ask me. If you have any question, please go ahead and ask me.
So both meta tags are same.
Say that again.
Both meta tags. The meta tag
Yeah.
is the important responsive meta tag.
Yeah. So meta tag. So this is the part of overall meta tags. So whatever tags we will use for responsive design, these are these tags. This tag, favicon, this tag, this tag, this tag. So this can be used in the responsive web design. But same concept is same. Anything else? Okay. So we are good to conclude today's session. We'll meet tomorrow morning. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm disconnecting.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you.
you.